Let's talk about staying in your lane. And what I mean by that is your job, your purpose, your calling. I know in the body of Christ, there are many members, or even if you look at our bodies, I have two arms, I have two legs, you got your head. And every part of my body has a role to play as well as yours. So when you're staying in your lane, that means you are in your purpose. But when you get out of your lane and you decide that, you know what, I want to go over here and do this, somebody else's job, then it's off kilter or it's out of whack. So I just want to encourage us to let's stay in our lane and figure out what our job or what your job is or your calling for your life. And you get into that part and your partner or your friend is in their part and the next one and the next one and it'll all come together perfectly. The word talks about the body of Christ having every part. You have different ministries. You have different gifts in the body. You have gifts of tongues, interpretations of tongues. You have gifts of healing. You have, you know, just the different spiritual gifts in the body of Christ. And when everybody operates in their calling, everything just flows and it works so perfectly. But when we decide to get in someone else's lane or get into someone else's calling, now we've kind of got it off whack or off kilter. So, I just want to encourage everybody to figure out what your purpose is in life and pursue your purpose. And don't let anyone tell you that that's not what you're called to do. As a matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, your purpose is in your heart. You know how we have these different desires, maybe you want to I want to build a house and you want to go to school and this is your passion, be an architect or something like that. And so you get into that job and it's just beautiful and everything works out and you just become the best at it. But then you get into a position, I'm going to use a teacher, for example. Teachers are awesome people as well as nurses. But sometimes you have teachers that get into that calling or get into that position, and that's not what they're called to do. They figure out later that they don't even like kids. And then they make it miserable for the children. And it's miserable for them because they're not in their lane. So I just want to say, get in your lane and everything will come out just the way that it's supposed to.